Well, hello YouTube. This is Bela Mage again. Welcome back, and we are looking at my absolute favorite, both style of build and thing to do: Lightning Arrow, Magic Find, Deadeye. So we've done some things a little different than normal. I'm going to go through them all, but first I'm going to address some questions. Where are we magic finding? Well, you see in the background, I just actually love Crimson. Crimson Temple is one of my favorite maps to run. I enjoy it. I don't think it's a prison at all. Can I take this build elsewhere? Absolutely. There are a ton of places you can go. Ton of different things you can magic find now. With ghost busting becoming a thing, which is not what I'm doing right now, but with ghost busting becoming a thing and the new divination card for divines, there are an endless list of maps that you could go and magic find if you're sick of being in Crimson and you don't want to see that stuff anymore. For me personally, Crimson is my home. I like it here. That also answers the second question. Why did I pick Lightning Arrow when everyone else has picked Tornado Shot? Well, it really just comes down to the map. If I was in Dunes, or if I was going to be farming Beach, or if I was going to be doing Cemetery, or if I was going to be doing like any sort of open layout map, I would be slotting in Tornado Shot 10 out of 10 times. Because I'm doing Crimson Temple and it's all small rooms, small hallways, straight paths, Lightning Arrow is king here. There is absolutely no benefit to playing Tornado Shot in a map like this. Lightning Arrow is king. I like it a lot better for this sort of map, but luckily the builds are exactly the same. So if you wanted to build something like this, but you wanted to do Tornado Shot, it's literally the same build. The only things that change are the links in your chest for your actual weapon, like for your actual attack. Like you swap out Lightning Arrow and you swap out return projectiles, and then you put in Tornado Shot and then your choice for 6 support. Some people use Chain. My personal favorite is Woke Fork, or you could use neither of those and just go Crypt Multi. Any of those choices are good. All depends on personal preference, but it's the same build. Nothing else would change. We wouldn't even change Helm Enchant. It's the same build. Lightning Arrow Deadeye, Tornado Shot Deadeye, same build. All right, so I will move in to in-game and show everybody a few things that we have done differently. Here we are in-game. My favorite new addition to this build came out this league, which is anomalous, specifically anomalous return projectiles. So return projectiles is what Vengeance Cascade always used to be. That's not new. Projectiles come back. They do less damage than the Vengeance Cascade Anoint from last league. Not a problem. Anomalous return projectile support. Projectiles from supported skills have up to a 20% chance to return to you an additional time. This rolls individually per arrow. So I'm going to shoot currently, I think 8 arrows I'm shooting right now. It'll be more later, but we've only been playing this for like a day. So we're going to shoot 8 arrows out. They're all going to come back. Each one of them is going to roll a 20% chance to come back again. So you can see quite often I get 1 or 2, occasionally 0. But for single target, you can only hit with 1 arrow anyway per attack. So anomalous return projectile essentially gives us 33% more single target. Pretty reliably. Currently, occasionally, like just then, I won't get a return projectile, and that one wouldn't have any more damage. But what I haven't done yet is tattoo my tree. So I don't have the extra projectile here that I will have soon, and I don't have this extra projectile here that I will have soon. So there'll be 2 more rolls at that return projectile, and I'll be at 10 projectiles. Whew. Now, looking at the tree, you can see we're in 1 full cluster setup. I will have the path of building attached if you want to look at the specifics. But we've got 1 full cluster setup. We've got a Watcher's Eye. The only important part of this Watcher's Eye is Vitality, life gain on hit. We have another cluster setup down here, but it is just the large. This is also where I've put Blood Notch Immutable Force. This is a fantastic combination for survivability. If anybody hasn't seen this before, I will quickly touch on it. This rolls up to 60%. I've only got a 58er because we're saving to get a mage blood, so I'm not spending any more money. But let's say it's 60% of damage taken from stunning hits is recovered as life. So we need to get stunned, and then this 923 rolls up to 1,000. You want to get at least a 700. Stun and block recovery so that you don't notice getting stunned. And then in order to make ourselves get stunned all the time, stun threshold is based on 60% of your energy shield instead of life. I have 90 energy shield. 100% of that is irrelevant. 60% is even less relevant. I get stunned all the time. Any hit that hits me stuns me. Great. Recover 60% instantly. That is basically just 60% less hit damage taken as long as I don't get one shot. So, absolutely fantastic. Key for survivability. Now, the next things are my favorite. I love running Petrified Blood. Petrified Blood letting us run that Divination Distillate all the time. But this is my favorite setup here. We're doing the Berserk Glove thing. We're doing Vols for now. Eventually, when I'm in a Mage Blood, I'll replace Vols and get my regen from my flasks. But for now, this bit is kind of new, at least new to me. I have Berserk, Sniper's Mark on hit, Dash, and an Enhance in with Life Tap in a 6-link. It's another 6-link just for my support auras. Absolutely love them. We have Dread Banner just because it's free. There's an argument to use other banners. I think this might be the best. I'll be trying out some other banners, but nearby enemies have less accuracy is something. But I've got that mixed with Precision and Vitality. They're just the auras that go on my life. I like to have a decent gap between my 50% life and my capped off life so that there's room for the Divination Distillate to go off and for me not to cap out. So that's great. We've got Purity, Enlighten, Petrified Blood, and Grace. So they're all defensive auras because I don't like dying. An Immortal Call, cast of damage taken, and a Frenzy Mana Forge Arrow, just to Mana Forge Arrow. Frenzy Mana Forge Arrow, just to get us Frenzy charges. Now, as far as what this build costs, the answer is yes. You don't have to start where I am. I wouldn't suggest it. My bow alone is 80 divines. This amulet probably isn't mirrorable. It's probably not mirror tier, but it might be worth nearly a mirror. This was a freak of nature amulet. It was crafted by our crafter. I couldn't even tell you the process for this. She has a tab full of failed amulets and tons of failed attempts. I don't think this is a craftable by everybody amulet. It becomes a lot easier to do if you just go for the Quant and RMR and then whatever else you get. Trying to get extra rarity on top of it and a tier 1 life roll, and it's just insane. Other than that, everything is pretty well geared on this character. This is probably not a gear set that most people are going to be able to copy, especially with the double Thread of Hope setup that I've got here, putting quite a strain on my resistances on top of everything else. But it is what I'm doing. The more interesting thing is going to be whether magic finding without ghost busting is still worth it for me, and whether or not I enjoy a solo version of ghost busting, which is what I'll be working on the next 2 or 3 days. See whether I want to stick to just normal magic find stuff or whether I want to do ghost busting things, if the ghost busting things are worth it as a solo player or not. That's all what this character is going to work out, hopefully, over the next few days. So that's an update on what I'm doing. This is a disgusting path of building with a ridiculous amount of money spent on it, especially to only have 1.8 million DPS. But as you saw with the footage at the beginning, more than enough to clear the map. It's all I need. So off we go, I guess. One thing. Oh, regular Grace, not Vile Grace. There you go. There's my evasion back. Right. That is the build. I will see everybody next time. Goodbye.